they're going to try to ethnically cleanse Gaza. I mean, that's, and I don't use that term lightly, okay? They're talking about basically removing 2.5 million people. But there are some serious questions here, Patrick. And let me tell you, my pattern recognition over the last 5 years has become pretty sharp. COVID, Maui fires, Epstein. When I see a story and it doesn't click, our guts are usually right.
Listen,
I gotta be careful the way I say this. The Israeli government has a mandate to
Now, I already made sense, right? Welcome on into another episode of the Healthy Discussion Show. And we're talking about Charlie Kirk because this is all over the news. He died, of course, as you guys know. He was assassinated, right? But all great people generally that's assassinated generally has a message, right? And generally it's a reason why they're assassinated. They're simply not assassinated because you could just get shot and die, right? Without serving your purpose. It's a reason why this man was assassinated, right? And to me, the reason is seeming clearer and clearer and clearer. Go follow the saint in the center, right? Because he speaks about Israel on a phenomenal level, and it's not the way that the mass media is presenting Israel. Because the question would then be, right, what is Palestine? They keep on moving the goalposts of what Palestine actually is. So then I begin to think, well, maybe Palestine is just a marketing term for me to keep on attacking a certain country, which is in the Middle East, or just to conquer these people, right? So with that being said, what do you guys think about this theory? Now, this is a theory. We're not saying that it's Israel, but we're not saying that it's not either, right? What's the prime reason and the motive for Charlie Kirk to be assassinated? It's a reason why you assassinate people. Either the message that they have is so great that it will spark a revolution, or they're speaking out against something, right, that they don't want the world to know about. And he's been speaking out a lot because remember, Charlie Kirk was first an Israel supporter. Let me repeat. He was pro-Israel. Oh, yes. Very much so. Some people can label him as a white supremacist, right? And you don't have, not saying that he's not. So that's where I understand why a certain group of people, like the African Americans or the blacks, they don't care that he died. But that's their belief, right? I'm not saying that you should, but I'm also not saying that you shouldn't. I just think that it's a reason why someone will get assassinated. So let's dive deep. I want to dive deep into it because you can't just be any and everybody and do anything just to get assassinated. It has to be a purpose behind it. To me, he had the youth. He had the ability to tell the truth, right? Or change, right? In a way that, let's just say, he was uncontrollable, but yet he hints that he has to watch how he talks about a certain group. So what does that tell you? If you're a guy that's big on freedom of speech, right, and the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, but yet you say, hey, I have to watch how I say this, doesn't a bell go off in your head? Because it damn sure goes off in mine. So let's watch this video again. Let's watch it again from the beginning.
I gotta be careful the way I say this. The Israeli government has a mandate they're gonna try to ethnically cleanse Gaza. I mean, that's, and I don't use that term lightly. Okay.
Ethnically cleanse Gaza means kill 2.5 million people. Now, to me, they have killed millions of people before. This is nothing new. All you got to do is study their lineage, and you will see that they massacred plenty of people before, including the African American society, to be exact. Plenty. The Indians, plenty, because they're linked to the Europeans. So they deem control. They believe that they're God's people, but yet they do unjust things. So how could you be God people when you're doing so many unjust things? It's kind of contradicting to me. But I want you guys to let me know what you think about it. That's why we're having a discussion about it. This is a healthy discussion, right? Let's just unlock a couple of things here, because it's more that meets the eye with this one. It's more that meet the eye with this one.
They're talking about basically removing 2.5 million people. But there are some serious questions here, Patrick. And let me tell you, my pattern recognition over the last 5 years has become pretty sharp. COVID, Maui fires, Epstein. When I see a story and it doesn't click, our guts are usually right.
Let's listen to
I
that.
gotta be careful the way I say this. The Israeli government has a mandate they're gonna try to ethnically cleanse Gaza. I mean, that's, and I don't use that term lightly. Okay. They're talking about basically removing 2.5 million people. But there are some serious questions here, Patrick. And let me tell you, my pattern recognition over the last 5 years has become pretty sharp. COVID, Maui fires, Epstein. When I see a story.
And have you guys realized that as soon as this happened, there's no more Epstein? We got to break down the Epstein thing. We all know, to me, everyone is involved with the Epstein thing, from the CIA, the FBI. This is allegedly, hypothetically, supposedly, right? CIA, FBI, all intelligent units, the police force, the celebrities, most of the rich, the wealthy. These people are involved with Epstein. I don't even think Epstein is dead, but that's a whole nother conversation. Because you can't prove that he is. No, you can't prove that he's dead. So I don't really think that he is. But have you noticed that they don't talk about Epstein as much? This is why I don't believe in the mainstream media. Because they program you to think what they want you to think. And most people are sheep, so they don't really think on their own. So on that note, leave your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think about this one. Remember, positivity over negativity always. Also, in the description, go check out my merch store as well. You guys, ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful day. This is another episode of the Healthy Discussions.